Hello all, welcome to this video. Today we will be looking at shortcomings of this jumper vest, that is the disadvantages associated with this jumper vest. We all have used these jumpers in our various projects. They come in three types: male to female, and male to male. We have all used that. But one of the major disadvantages of this jumper vest is that the jumper vest becomes discontinuous. That is, the vest do not hold their continuity after a long period of time. That is what I mean, that if you are using this vest for a long period of time, or you are just keeping it idle for a very long period of time, in course of time you will see that the vests were discontinuous. What I mean is that the vests, since the vests are made up of copper, the copper is of very poor quality, and the copper inside it actually gets oxidized and turns it into oxide of copper, which is greenish in color, and after a long period of time it becomes a slight white, and at that point of time the vests do not hold their continuity, and it shows a high resistance. Usually if you turn your multimeter into continuity mode, you must see a good continuous wear with a resistance of 1 to 3 or 4 ohms. But if you have a oxidized or a discontinuous wear, you will see a resistance of more than 50 ohms, and your multimeter will not show continuity. Your multimeter will show you a finite resistance, and if it shows such a finite resistance, you cannot use this wear in your project. If you use them, then the data may not be transmitted from one point to the other, and you will end up in a huge mess. So it is always worth if you had this multimeter and turn your multimeter into continuity mode, and put your probe at one end into this and other end into that at that point, and see if there is any beep coming or not. And along with the beep, you will get a resistance of this wear. A good wear will show you a resistance of 1 to 4 ohms, and a faulty oxidized discontinuous wear will show you a resistance of more than 50 ohms. Do not use them in such cases. Always use a good and fresh jumper wear. So always have a multimeter before using this vest, and always check them periodically if you are working with this vest. Another disadvantage is that this vest have very poor connectors. If you use them harshly, you will end up bending your pins like this, and once you bend them, it will break away very soon. And so these vests are not at all very user friendly. See this, I have bent one of these vests, and after a few couple of days I will not be able to use this wear anymore. It will break away very soon. So another third disadvantage of this vest is that this vest cannot handle too much high current. This vest can handle only a few milliampere of current. Maximum I can say 200 milliamperes or 500 milliamperes. These vests are unable to handle large currents. For example, if you are using a C900L module, the GSM module actually consumes a huge lot of current, and if you use this jumper vest as the power supply lines, the board will not power up properly, or even if it powers up properly, the board will not send or receive SMS, or the GPRS functionality may not work properly. Also, do not even try to use this jumper vest as the power lines of an audio amplifier, Only if you are using just an Arduino, if you are just using an Arduino or any microcontroller or any logic circuits which consumes a very less power to transmit signals and data, then you can use this VAS just for prototyping purposes only. These VAS are just meant for only prototyping purposes, not for in any actual commercial final project. For any complete project, or if you are making any device which you are intending to using it for a long time, you should use this VAS. You should use this kind of VAS. This kind of VAS, this kind of connectors and this VAS are very much good. This kind of VAS or connectors can handle large currents, and this fits in very good. I am using this VAS in a project, and I have minimized the use of jumper VAS CSC. I have in every modules I have used this kind of connectors, and this kind of connectors are available in 4-hole, 3-hole, or 2-hole or two hole types, or you may also get the 8-hole one, and this is the substitute of jumper VAS which I am using it in my projects. So always have a multimeter, and just check the continuity of this VAS. This is the continuity mode, and if the VAS are continuous, the multimeter will beep, and if the VAS become discontinuous and or oxidized, they will show a resistance of around 50 ohms, and the multimeter will not beep properly. So I hope you find this video useful, and also please share this information to your friends, and also share this video with your friends, and please like, share and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.